Hey, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of Flick News. Izola here with FlickDirect, and we've got a lot of movie and television updates for you. So grab your popcorn, sit back, relax, and let's get this started. Let's start off with some box office numbers. Black Phone 2, which is a horror sequel, obviously, to Black Phone. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. So good. Sequel came out and it opened strong in North America. I mean, it did really well, which is great because horror movies, for the most part, haven't been doing amazing, but there definitely has been an uptick recently. So I love scary movies, especially if they can scare me. So I'm very excited about this. But it actually took the number one spot, making approximately 26.5 million. And add that, we've got 42 million globally. So obviously, super good. And it's just really interesting to see they're just, I don't know, coming back in style. People are just seeing horror movies more. I don't know. Or maybe they're just being made a little bit better. They're a little more interesting. Anyway, it is doing really well. I hope it continues to do well. And when I see it, I will definitely let you guys know what I think about it. But if you do go see it, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear your thoughts. Should I spend my money on it or is it just a waste of time? You let me know because, sequels sometimes make me a little nervous. So fingers crossed that these numbers are proving that this is definitely a sequel to see. Now, in not so great news, Tron Ares had the second weekend drop, which I know I said I was going to go see it, but I just haven't had the time. It's my birthday month, I should say. And I just, I haven't had the time. I've got so much stuff going on. So I will see it though. And I don't always believe the box office numbers. I know sometimes it's hit and miss depending on who's going to see the movies. And sometimes in the third week, it'll do better. We're looking at around 11.1 domestically and worldwide, totaling 102.9 million so far. And apparently, I think the budget is like 180 million. So we're scooching up there, but a lot of money was spent on this, and it just kind of hurts a little bit to see that it's not getting what we need. I don't know if it was casting. I don't know if people just don't really get Tron, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I just don't know. I do know that there are some people that have seen it, my friends, where they do not like Jared Leto. However, this kind of changed their thoughts about his acting and just him in general. I don't know, but they said that he actually did a really good job. So to me, if his acting in this movie can kind of sway him and they still enjoyed it, that gives me hope that it's not really an acting thing. So if you like Tron, but you're not a huge fan of Leto, maybe still go see it and see if your mind is changed when you see him on the big screen as well. But yeah, we're just going to have to take our chances, I guess. But I will definitely be seeing this. I will let you know my thoughts, and I would love to hear yours if you've already seen it. Even if you didn't like it, I'll probably still see it because, again, huge Tron fan. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Now, in other hits, we have Demon Slayer, which, again, another one I still need to see. Have not seen it yet. And of course, we had to wait for the US release. Unless if, you're somewhere else, then you got to see it. But US did not get it right away. We have the movie Infinity Castle. And I talked about this a while back. We had some stuff come up during Comic-Con and things like that. And this is supposed to be like the ending of the saga, so to speak. So it's going to kind of wrap everything up with the manga and the anime and, tie everything up, which is kind of sad, but also, could be a lot of fun. But, when you like something, you don't really want it to end. And this is kind of a shorter anime, in my opinion, especially growing up with Bleach and, you know, a bunch of others that, I mean, well, you have Dragon Ball Z, which just went on and I think still goes on. I don't know. I kind of lost track of where that ended. But yeah. So anyway, this anime film has become the highest grossing international language film ever at a US box office. Like, that's amazing. I mean, it's made 128.6 million domestically. Just domestically. Crazy, right? Like, that's amazing to me. I love that this anime has done so well. Now, why I find this so interesting is one, it's an anime. Two, it's not your typical blockbuster hit, like what we stereotypically say is a blockbuster hit, right? So I think this might be a shift in how we actually look at movies and what we find popular. And I know things ebb and flow and shift, but still, it's just really cool that this is done so well. Next, I thought we could talk about some television, what is streaming, what we're getting renewals on, what's canceling. And we have, a handful of things. So this might help if you're getting ready to start a new show. There's one in particular I was going to start, and I'm glad I didn't because it's only gotten one season. So, this is probably going to be a little helpful, unless if you've already started them, then I'm really sorry that I'm late to the game giving you this information. But the first one we have is Lioness, and that's actually been renewed on Paramount Plus for season 3. That stars Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman. I have not watched that one yet, so now that we're getting another season, okay, I'll dive into that one. Sometimes I just need things where I can just binge watch. I don't like to really wait each week. It's like going back to my childhood. I don't want to do that. Like, I have streaming for a reason. Up next, we have Ballard, which stars Maggie Q, and this is actually a Bosch spinoff. That's on Prime, and that's been renewed for season 2. Have not watched this one either, but I do like Maggie Q. She's very nice. I met her at Comic-Con one year, so I like to give her stuff a try. But I did see this kind of like thriller movie where she goes on like a girls trip and friends get attacked and annihilated by these dudes. I don't even remember half of it. I stopped watching it because I was just like, oh God, it was not, the fighting was good. She did a great job, but it just overall, I don't know what I watched. And I'm not even going to look up the name for you because it's just, no, absolutely not. Sorry. And I think I had mentioned this already, but Dexter Resurrection on Paramount Plus is also being resurrected for a season 2. I kind of thought they were just going to end it, but it did very well. I actually enjoyed it. It was definitely better than, oh crud, I forgot the name. The one before where he, is living up in snowy New York. It wasn't New York. I don't even remember where he was living. Upstate somewhere, very snowy, and then his son finds him, and no, I didn't really like it. I got bored. So, but this one was better. Not quite sure if I want to spend my time watching another season of it, but we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. So now on to cancellations and endings of shows. We have Butterfly on Prime Video, and that got canceled after one season. I guess it just didn't really, people just didn't want it. So, okay, well, it happens. Glad I didn't start it. I just thought it might be something new to watch. But if I'm only getting one season and there's no tie, like bow at the end, wrapping everything up, then I'm not going to waste my time. Countdown, also on Prime Video. Yeah, that didn't do well. And I was actually watching that one. I'm not caught up, but sorry, Jensen. I guess it's not happening. I don't know if it's because there are some issues with the cast. There is a cast member who is sick. I just don't know what happened with that. It wasn't bad. I mean, I only watched 2 episodes, but I think it just needed a little more meat and potatoes to the story. So that's probably, it just didn't find its footing quickly enough. The Chi is ending on its 8th season, so that's had a good run. And then The Great North, which is an animated series, will not be coming back after 5 seasons. So those 2 had a pretty good run. So that's good at least. And finally, I thought I'd give you some new premieres of shows or some that will be starting soon, possibly renewals, things like that. Because, it's always nice to kind of know what's coming up. And there's a lot. The first one, though, is Welcome to Derry. Huge It fan. This one is a prequel, taking it back to 1962. So get ready to see how it all started on October 26th. And if you didn't know it, it's HBO, but I think you're all aware of that by now. We then have Star Wars Visions, and that's season 3 that's coming up on October 29th. So not much longer for that one. And of course, that's on Disney Plus. So you've got some more Star Wars stuff to watch, which they're always fun. And then I'll just wrap this up with, some movies. And one of those, if you're a K-pop fan, there's the documentary for Twice, which is a girl K-pop group, One in a Million. And that documentary comes out this Monday. So don't have to wait long for that. I've only heard a few of their songs, but, it sounds fun. I'm always interested to see what the groups have to go through and how much has changed over the years, because in the beginning, this is not so great. They don't always get treated the greatest, but, things have changed, especially with, the bigger names out there, but definitely curious to see, how they got to this point in their careers. Now, it also seems like the 24th is a very, very busy day. We have the Springsteen movie, which the trailer looks great. I love Bruce Springsteen, so I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. And then we have Chainsaw Man, which, again, I'm super stoked about because it just looks so good. I like Chainsaw Man. It's a lot of fun. You can watch the anime on a bunch of streaming services, so go check it out if you want to see what it's all about, see if that's something you'd like to see. And then there's a bunch of horror flicks coming out. I wasn't paying too much attention to them because there's just a laundry list. So I just chose a few of the things that are upcoming that I wanted to possibly see. So that's what I recommend right there. But there's a ton of more movies coming out. And then I think even on the 29th, because just before Halloween, there's even more. So I will let you know how things are going, what you should see, what you shouldn't see, based on what people are saying after they've seen the movies. I don't fully rely on Rotten Tomatoes or anything like that. I do sometimes listen to my friend groups because they tend to be, they give things a try. They don't just go into it thinking it's going to be a hunk of junk. So I will definitely let you know for any of the ones that are coming out, if they seem like they should be, watch worthy, spending your money going to the theaters, or if you should just wait till it's on a streaming service that you already pay for. And if there's anything that you see that's upcoming that you want me to see, please leave a comment below. I'm always, always open to your suggestions, but just be prepared if you liked something and I didn't. I'm sorry. But I will be honest if I don't like it. So, yeah. But I'm sure I will, because you guys have always given good advice. So, knock on wood. And with that, this concludes this week's episode of Flick News. Please be sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels so you never miss out on any entertainment news. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.